Hello, everybody. My name is Sadiq Kamal. I am the instructor for Python here at ICSA. So, before we begin, we raised a question about what is Python. So, as everyone knows, and most of us probably, if they are familiar or if they are not, Python is a programming language. So, what is a programming language? When we come to this discussion, we have Python as being some set of instructions that we, as an individual, give to the computer in order to make the computer understand our problem. Similar to what a calculator is, you add 2 plus 2, 3 plus 3, and so on, and you keep on getting your answers. In this way, Python also is a way that we interact with the computer itself and get to tell it what are our basic requirements. So when we come to thinking about what is so special about this as a language, because we use our languages, let's just say we're talking right now in English, which is a language that everyone over here understands and is the most common one. There are also languages that we use in order to talk to the computers and to make them understand what our requirements as an individual are. So without further ado, there's certain types of languages which we will learn later on, but we start off with something known as a high-level language. So Python is a high-level language. When we come to understand about what high-level language means, it means that it's mostly human readable. So people like you and me and ordinary citizens who may not have may not have any idea about what basic computer programming is, when they see Python and they try to read it, they understand that whatever is going on is a bit too sense to them, just like our English language. So we talk to the computer, we give it simple commands using this language, and this language gives us our required dedicated output as we need. It's also open source. Now, what does open source mean? Is that this language is being used everywhere in the world, mostly highly demanded. All of your artificial intelligence products, AIs, chat GPTs, and all of these things that we see all around us, including data science, web development, all of them are fully community supported. There's a vast community of them. This language can be understood by millions of people. Many people work on it. It's also, again, as I would repeat, is readable and concise, easy to understand, and we can literally just write in words like, uh, let's just say, give us an input or a function in which we ask the user to do a basic calculator. How do we ask them? We just tell the computer to, if x equals to 1, y equals to 2, sum x plus y, and we'll get our result as 1 plus 2. So it's that simple. We'll see that later on when we dive a bit deep into the course. And also, again, I repeat, is an industry standard. So startups to big giants, all of these companies, they include Python in their major development. So why is Python so much of a boom in our latest 2025 era? So first of all, as it is the #1 programming language in the world, sorry about a bit of a syntax here, it's the #1 programming language. All of your artificial intelligence models, your data science models, you have your web development frameworks, and so many of these things, because this language is super versatile. So once you understand about how the basics of Python work, you can excel in any field that you may imagine, whether it may be web development, whether it may be AI, data science, research, or whatever you could think of. It's such a vast and a general language. Mostly taught in universities. Yes, if you do plan to pursue your academic studies in the field of computer sciences or any IT field in general, Python will be a standard that will be taught to you within these industries. Rich ecosystem, again, powerful libraries and frameworks. These are, again, some certain set of systems that we can use as a developer of Python in order to make web applications, mobile applications, data science structures. Again, vast applications of learning just this one programming language. which again at the end covers our point as a universal application. That is, we use AI, web development, data sciences, IoT, and more of such products are within this language that can be seen within the next 5 years or so, starting from 2025. So why do you again pursue this? Is first of all career opportunities. There's abundant jobs everywhere. You have very highly paid jobs in the world. Python, again, as I told you, artificial intelligence is the world, and in this world, and the ones who excel in this can excel in the upcoming 5 to 10 years by learning this. Versatility is also something. So let's just say if you prefer going into game development, you may be an existing web developer at the moment. You might be doing one of those languages such as your JavaScripts, your merge stacks. If you get into Python, Python is mostly, again, many big companies utilize this as their backend services. So this, again, learning the frameworks of Python and learning Python itself in general will make you much more familiar and give you a much more better scale of employment when it comes to the real world. Fast learning curve, as we discussed, it's super simple, can be written down as simple plain English. And for the questions, I see there are some questions raising, so please do wait till the end and then you can ask your questions. Don't worry about that. And lastly, we have community support, Stack Overflow, if any one of you is into the field of development. If not, then these are some of the biggest communities that you can find on the internet when it comes to solving certain problems that may require Python to be the solution. So when we come to our global demands, this, again, Python developers are around 10 million plus and growing everywhere as we speak. This community is one of the biggest, one of the most high in demand, and one of the most versatile ones when it comes to the real world. Year-on-year growth is again 20% in data science and AI jobs. So all of those data, the LLM models, as we see over here, ChatGPT, Perplexity AI, Gemini, they all utilize this language as the spearhead and the backbone. And again, it's when we come to see the demand of it in the next upcoming 5 years till date and today as well, there is 3 times more demand increase for developers who also work and are very much fluent when it comes to Python. So let's say when you complete your course, what career paths you could choose? Again, first of all, will be software development. It's obvious. You learn programming languages to develop software, so you can make multiple softwares with this language, build applications, games, systems, payment hubs, whatever your heart may desire, because this is such a versatile and such a friendly and easy to use language for anyone of any profession in the world. Data science, data analytics, again, extracting data, making data sets, cleaning data, making data analysis for companies, businesses. Machine learning engineer, again, to be in the field of artificial intelligence engineering, machine learning, deep learning, such a vast rabbit hole. So any of these skills you can attain when you go forward into being an in-depth engineer with Python, QA and automation tester as well, and there's many more. As many as you can think of in this field, you may want to pursue networking, firewalls, cybersecurity, many such pathways, many such career pathways are supported by this language, especially dedicated to the ones who may have like a certain high interest into scoring a very bright future ahead of them. When we come to the pay, yes, you see these figures. If you employ yourself in the USA, around 105,000 is the average salary over there. Highest global compensation for Python developers. Even in the UK you get 62,500 and more. Strong European market, you get versatile skills based again on your skill set. Kuwait, 70,000 plus dollars within the UK, within the GCC and anywhere within the Middle East. And you can also work as a freelance. Python freelancers there get an average around what, $62 per hour. So flexible work opportunities worldwide. You get to work from home. I personally have a friend who works in this field. He's employed in in the USA and works from home rather than visiting offices. So this is how flexible it is. Some of the famous companies, as we know around here, are Google, Netflix, SpaceX, and NASA, whereas also Facebook, they have a backend specifically developed for Python. Your OpenAI, ChatGPT, as you know, it's totally made in Python. So you can also learn into making AI development, AI engineering. How can that be done? Now, coming to our course curriculum, what you will be going through is, first of all, as this course is for everybody, so whether if you have like the basic to no knowledge when it comes to programming, this course supports it. You learn about some Python basics on what variables are, what operators are, what data types are, what are these certain things. For those who are like totally new into the world of programming, it's super easy, again, not as scary as it sounds. Most of you may have heard that programming is something that no one can do, or it needs special set of skills. Everything in this world needs practice, and practice leads to perfection, and we are here to support you for that. You learn control flow, if else decision making, conditions, loops, data structures, advanced concepts, practical applications. We'll also build some mini projects, and then at the end you will also have multiple assignments, multiple quizzes that you will face when it comes to these little projects, making these mini projects, and then at the final you'll make a full-on project that you may yourself decide, and then it will basically be a portfolio piece to portfolio piece to show what your developing and your learning was when we went through this course together. Some of the projects that we will do, make, and study during our course will be again a body mass index calculator, to-do list apps, guess the number game, a mini game using Turtle, and many other certain uh, small projects that go on with each lesson continues with our this course. And when we come to our teaching, how will we be teaching? First of all, we'll just be doing some live coding. We'll also be doing some demos, watch and learn and build together. Yep, we will be making live instruct. I will be there with you guys throughout your journey. We will code it together, learn everything. Maybe there may be mistakes, but we will go through that as a team. So no need to worry for those who may be a bit shy. We'll also understand about some concept learning, application. How can certain set of uh, certain set of variables or certain set of a mindset that a programmer has, can that be aligned with what our real world uh, programming can endure? We'll also be having, of course, we'll also be doing some group classes along with flexible timings. So in group work, we will be assigning you guys to be in some batches or teams, again, depending upon how you want. When it comes to certain projects, it's totally, again, it will be on to decide to you guys on how you want yourself to be collaborated. And then we'll have practical assessments, quizzes, exercises, weekly challenges, and so on. So it's going to be a fun journey. Now, when we come to our assessments, how we will be assessing you is, first of all, as I stated earlier, we will be having our weekly assessments. So every week, whatever session we cover, we will be having our practical coding tasks on them. We'll cover little things. It won't be tough, so don't worry about it. We'll also be having some mid-course quizzes, multiple quizzes, assignments, again, depending upon how good it will be for you, how easy it is, how much do you grasp. You'll also be doing a final project presentation, which will be totally on you guys to show us what did you learn from this course. And once all of this is done, you get a completion certificate from the ICSA itself. Now, not much is required when we will do this course. First of all, the standard thing is a laptop. So you'll need to have laptops with you. You also need Zoom. and then we'll cover these certain platforms that we will be taking our course through. It will, first of all, will be the basic Python ideally. We'll also cover Visual Studio Code, GitHub, Pygame, and Turtle, which are some libraries, and multiple other things as well that we will also see and replicate with the real world setup on how can we utilize these tools and these certain environments to our Python journey. And again, we'll be having how we'll be supporting you throughout this. We will, again, you can ask anything at any time during the course. So again, nothing to be shy about. Not everybody is the fastest and not everybody is the best of the learners. We are here to help you out with all of these things at any time that you want us to be with you. Our aim and our goal is to that you take up something and you at least learn the basics of this versatile language, which could make a 180-degree career turnaround for you guys. Because as you all know, artificial intelligence is the future, and Python is the key to this future if you wish to unlock it for your betterment. So again, no need to worry about anything that, no matter how basics or no matter how uh, small your knowledge on programming may be, our job here is to support you throughout that and to help you grow in your future. So once you get done with the course, now it would be again on you to pursue what you want to do later in life. Python, again, as we told you, we'll be taking you from your basics to your intermediate. We'll be doing an introduction, and we'll also take you to a level where you understand what Python is and how can you cover the whole language. You will be learning about some, you can either pursue later on advanced Python, learn a bit more. You can explore libraries. You can go into specializations, as we said, artificial intelligence, data science, cybersecurity, again, depending upon what major you may choose and what major you may be in at the moment. You can also go for gain experience using getting by enrolling yourself into different internships for Python. Again, Python is the most in demand language at the moment, so internships for this are everywhere in the world. Or you can again sustain yourself by enrolling yourself or getting yourself to be a part of certain freelancing opportunities and get yourself to run a business of your own using developmenting tools from Python. So that will be it for the moment. We again, if you can enroll now, my colleague over here, they will be explaining you about the timings and how we'll be covering this course. So contact numbers are below. You can visit our offices as well. We are located in Kuwait City, ICSA Kuwait, at Panasonic Tower, 8th floor, Malia. You can come over and you can have a discussion with me as well and with all of our staff here. So we would guide you off through your journey. And yeah, I hope to see you guys here soon. So that will be it from my side.